Welcome to Ham Smart of VE6LK. I'm Vince, and I am here at one of my favorite places, the Sentinel Day Use area. And this is the place with the beautiful river running past it, often backcountry, but just on the edge of cellular service. And I am here today. It's not raining out. Last time I was here, it was pouring down cats and dogs. And there's no jokes about stepping in poodle to be heard on this video. Well, today what I'm going to do is you're going to see me set up my equipment from end to end, and maybe in the comments I want to hear from you down below. How would you have done it differently? Here's the fun part. I don't know how big the antenna is that I'm going to set up today, so I'm going to set up something new. You're probably going to hear a couple of potty mouth words. Try to keep them to a minimum. But first, let's go take a look at the river and see what the scenery is all about, and you can see why I come out here all the time. So this is the beautiful Highwood River. I am west of Longview, Alberta. It's a nice, cold, clear flowing river that comes out of the mountains and provides a water source for a whole pile of towns downstream. This spot here is a popular equestrian trailhead. People go off up the river that way, and they go up that little valley to go riding and hiking and fishing and stuff. It's just super calm and peaceful here. And really it's that peacefulness and solitude that keeps me coming out here. That, and I can still get a little bit of cell service for spotting. That makes it a bit easier. So it's pretty. I haven't seen much wildlife out here, the odd horse and, well, just now the odd black fly, but I guess that's to be expected on a hot summer's day. Well, the black flies are just enough to piss me off, so I'll put on my my anti-bug shirt. I guess this thing's got permethrin in it. I've never read the label on it, but it works pretty good. So anyway, I'm going to start dragging some gear out and kind of talk as I go. And again, I'm interested in your feedback on how you would do things differently in the comments below. Well, so let's get at it. I've got with me a couple of bins of stuff to bring out. Well, first off, grab my camera gear, and I'll set that out here on the bench. And then I'll go get my radio gear. It's on the other side of the truck. So what have I got with me? I've got my QRP kit. I've got two POTA 20 Explorer masts, POTA Explorer 20 masts, my KX3 and a battery, and I got a bunch of bottles of water and a little bit of snacky food. What I'm going to do today is I am going to set up, and I got my laptop in the backpack here. I'm going to set up my mast underneath the rear tire of the truck. So I'll put the foot out and set it there, and then back up the truck a little bit. So that'll be fun footage. Let's see what happens. I just have to dig it out here from the back of the truck. One of the pieces of gear I carry around with me is this rod. Now, RVers will recognize this rod as that kind of rod. It's got a hook at one end, and it's got a catch at this end, a loop at one end, and a hook at the other. It's an awning rod. The other thing it's really good for, because it's so nice and small and lightweight, is pulling stuff out of the box of the truck, so I don't have to flip the tonneau cover up and lean over too much when I'm grabbing stuff. So I'm over here on the driver's side of the truck. I'm gonna put the foot out on the ground and back the truck up. I could feel it as I back up. I'll feel the tire roll over it. The truck is unhappy because I'm driving around with a door open and the tailgate down and all that stuff. Well, the truck won't be unhappy any longer. So here we go. Let me grab the camera and you can see how this part works. Mistakes and all, you can see the foot there on the ground. And I just dropped my Flagpoles-to-go mast here in it. Yep. Tip the camera up, Vince. There we go. I just dropped the mast into it and it'll stay. It's stable enough for my uses. So that's pretty good. So now I'll go grab an antenna and I'll be right back. So what am I going to use today that I've never used before? You heard me say that. I am going to use a Packtenna EFHW half wave. But Vince, you know George so well. This is your first time using his antenna, you say to yourself. Yes, it's the first time I'm using the EFHW half wave. That's correct. So I want to grab, I'm going to show you a couple things here with the Packtennas. And one of the reasons I love the design of these things is he's thought of a lot of things to make it simple. So you can see here that one of them says 9-to-1 unun, and the other one it says EFHW. So it makes it easy because otherwise these two things look identical. So I'm gonna grab the wire off the EFHW half wave here, unwind it, and he thoughtfully provides a little loop. He also provides a 2mm banana jack ferrule on it, which I could add a 40-meter extension onto it if I wanted. But I'm just going to take it and clip it here on ostensibly a carabiner for the flag that this flagpole is intended to hold. It's a little bit breezy today. I had no idea how stable this is going to be, this mast, I mean. Now, of course the antenna wants to unwind, so I'm just going to let it fall down to the ground and kind of support it, catch it with my foot. There we go. I'll put the mast up. It's a nice fiberglass mast, and it goes up, I don't know, 20-some feet. 20-some, I can't remember, I think it's 26. I got a heckin' good deal on it when I bought it off Amazon of all places. It was in the scratch and dent section, the bargain basement, I guess you would call it, of Amazon when I was looking. So Flagpoles-to-go brand. You'll know it's the real thing when the logo looks like that. Oh, it says 28 foot. There we go. Large diameter flagpole. So and let's put that section up. Oh, my antenna's in the middle of my tonneau cover on my truck bed. How am I going to get that? My arm is long enough. Okay, good. So I'm going to unwind this all the way, and then I'm just going to run around the other side of the truck and let it hang off the box. I'll do that in a minute. One thing I like about the Flagpoles-to-go is they give you a little visual indicator to not go past this point, to stop pulling. In other words, so that these sections do stay nested in place and don't fall out. So that's good. And even with this wind, my antenna, the mast is like that far away from the box of the truck, so I'm not going to scratch it up. Oh. Not too impressed with those clouds, but I'm not too impressed with those clouds. Hopefully they don't start to have water in them. Well, we'll find out. Okay, well, let's go around the other side here. Grab the antenna and we'll go for a walk towards the table. See how far I can get. Not far enough. Well, okay. So what can I do with this? I can set one of my POTA Explorer 20s up and catch it and then run a piece of feed line straight down from it. So why don't I do that? I can let that antenna dangle in the bushes there. You can kind of see the white spot. We'll keep going here. I'll flip the camera around. I'll be a little far away from the camera, but that's okay because you can still hear me. Thanks to the joy of wireless microphones. Let me give a plug for the video gear I'm running. I am using a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It really is an amazing camera, and the DJI wireless microphones are freaking awesome. So, decent range on them. So here's my new POTA Explorer 20 mast. Now I have two of them. You saw my video where I had to do a section repair, and then I did a section replacement on it. So I've got some spare parts that I bought thanks to Mike K at MRD, his insistence with Gigaparts as they were developing this product together. Thanks to his insistence that spare parts were available. I am very thankful for that. So I'm going to use my little hook that I embed at the top of my masts and hook onto the antenna. And I am going to walk it out and see how far I can get away from it. Oh, that's not bad. That's not too bad at all. So I can kind of do the lazy man's way to do that here and just kind of hang it over. I'll stretch this out further, but I need to put a piece of feed line on it first. So, piece of feed line. That's 20 feet up. That's going to be up 20 feet. I've got a 35 and I've got a 16. I guess I'll be using the 35 today. I got my finger reels that I 3D printed. You can find those designs on printables if you want to make your own. I don't sell those. There are plenty of places around that'll sell you a spool, like the Spooltenna guys. They have the Spooltenna spare spool product out now. I've got mine with me. I'm going to rewrap my feed line after this activation on the spare spool, which you can't see from over there, but I can see it up here. I'll put some B-roll footage in, and then you can see it for yourself. It's a really nice product. It's incredibly well made, and it's very nicely priced too. It's not out of reach for a piece of wire handling gear. So after screwing up my carbon fiber mast during field day, I am just super careful with them now. I want to tangle my feed line up. Well, what does that look like? That looks pretty rough, actually. What can I do to fix that? My tripod with me. I'm going to put my tripod to use, at least for a few minutes. Now maybe I'll put a bin down on the ground to hold the base of the mast in place. This is a run what you brung sort of activation. There, that'll work. All right, let me grab the camera and show you what I've done here. Okay, so I've got this plastic grocery tub and the mast is sitting in it, and we go up and over to the other end of the mast at the truck. So hey, that's a pretty simple way to do things, right? I like to think so. I'm kind of a simple guy at the end of the day. So I got a 20 meter end fed half wave up in the air, and so let's set that up, and we'll see how well that does. I'm sure it'll be just fine. The KX3 tunes anything. Yeah. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to switch my camera support out. Well, off in the distance here at the staging area, you can actually see some few horse trailers are pulling in. So it looks like there's a group going to go out. Maybe I'll get some B-roll footage there. Okay, so that's all set up. Oh, what do I got here? Oh, somebody else's garbage. We'll pick that up. Throw that in the bin. Oh, I got way too much feed line. I could probably get away with a 16-foot piece. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to unwind this off my finger spool. And I really do want to try this spool-tenna. The lovely people sent it up to me to evaluate, so I owe them that much at least. Let's see how well that lines up my feed line. Oh, I like the bigger diameter on it. So you can see the inner diameter on this one's pretty small, right? The inner diameter on this is much bigger. Now it's also a bigger reel, but what I like about that is it's gonna treat my feed line better. Now I've managed to twist up my feed line, so I have to undo that, but that's okay. So now, because my feed line is too short and my mast is in place, that means I am going to have to bring my mast down, change out the feed line. Oh well, sometimes that happens. That's what I get for trying to do this. Now, you'll notice I am really carefully putting one section at a time down. See, the last time I did this, I tried to shortcut it. And that's how I landed up breaking my mast and cracking it. So I don't ever want to break a carbon fiber mast again, because when I got wounded, it hurt like a son of a gun. So I'm going to disconnect the feed line here, and wind that up. Oh, I didn't bring a pen with me. Dang it. So what I like about the spool-tenna is it's designed to be used with a pen in the middle, and then you can just finger reel it and wind it up. So I can't do that, so I'm gonna do it this way. Now it comes with a bongo tie when you buy this, and silly boy me, I have the bongo tie at home. That's okay. I can still use this. Oh, this is 35 feet of RG174, and it's holding that like a champ. So that's awesome. Almost done. So I can set that aside for now. Now I'll grab out my little bitty 16-foot RG316, just so that I have a variety of feed lines to play with. Walk over here, hook it up. Now you're thinking to yourself, well, Vince, you got a 20-foot mast and a 16-foot piece of feed line. What are you going to do if it's too short? Well, I've got that covered, because what I carry in my kit are little 5-foot jumpers. So if I need one, I can pull it out. All right, so pull that out, and that section, and that section, and that section, and that, and this, and this, and this. Isn't this glorious to see somebody struggling putting up their gear, swiping at mosquitoes? Well, you can't see it. Let me try and get that reel in the view. The finger reel won't uncurl for me. It's too light. Oh yeah, there's a whole pile of horses over there. Now, so I'll just have to unwind this the old way and gently put the reel on the table. Not quite gentle enough. That feed line is, as predicted, a bit too short. So, lay that down. I'll reach into my kit of goodies. And the first thing I'm going to put on it is common mode current choke, because as Ape says, always be choking. And with an end-fed half wave, the feed line's counterpoise. So 16 feet of counterpoise on a 20 meter end-fed half wave is actually quite perfect. Then I'll grab one of my 5-foot sections. So 16 and 5, 21, plus 1 foot in the middle, 22. 22 from a 20-foot mast gets me down to the ground, so that's good enough. Whose common mode current choke am I using? This is from Tufteln. I'll put a link in the description below, and he makes these out of RG316, and they're pretty. They are really, really well built. So, all right, feed line's in place. Let's hoist the antenna back up, and once again, we'll set this down in the corner of the bin, and we'll let the mechanical nature of it kind of hold it in place. And I have just enough feed line to come to my radio. Almost enough feed line to come to my radio. I think just for the sake of safety, if I have another barrel adapter, that is, I'll put one more piece on. Do I have a barrel adapter in my kit, a female to female? Oh, I got an attenuator. Oh, there's a female to female. The attenuator will work, but kind of the wrong purpose, right? Oh, there we go. So, perfect. I have just enough adapters to pull this off. I'm going to take that feed line. Because that feed line is part of the radiating element, being part of the counterpoise, and I'll show you what I mean, I am going to leave it hanging from the mast. So you can see me hanging the feed line down. Normally, I'd be tempted to take that feed line and pull it right up tight. But with a carbon fiber mast, they're going to interact with each other, and I don't want that. So I'm going to leave it out like this and just let it dangle in the air. All right. So I think that's the hard work of this setup done. I'm hoping the wind doesn't come up. I'm kind of worried about the stability of this, but you know, you're getting my stream of consciousness, so tell me in the comments below what you do different. I do want to hear from you. All right, so I'll put my adapters away, pick up my finger reel that fell on the ground, and my other one that's on the table. I'll delicately park them in the bag. Move my laptop out of the way. I'll keep the tripod there just in case I need it for something. I'm going to take a minute to take some photos. Flick the bugs off my shirt. Switch lenses out on the camera. I shoot with a Nikon D3400, in case you're wondering. It's a wonderful DSLR that shoots high def at 30 frames, so some of my videos I use this for the close-up work. And kind of like this. So let's see, you can see the horsies in the distance. Get that for a B-roll still. And I'll insert it somewhere in here when I'm editing. So turn the camera off, leave the big lens on it. So yeah, I carry two lenses with me. I carry an 18 to 55, and I carry a 55 to 200. And for what I shoot, that's good enough. I've been shooting SLR for a long time. I took some time off. My film camera got old. So yes, I said it, film. I've done time in a dark room, that's fun. That's a fun part of the creative process for me. But my film camera was old, and I lost interest for a while. But I swore I'd always get a camera body once I could get 35 millimeter like film quality for 500 bucks. Well, I said that 25 years ago, and I lost interest. And so, you know, earlier this year, I bought this camera, and I've been tickled pink with it ever since. What am I using for power today? I'm using my Charmast 100 or 20 amp hour battery pack. I think that's 20 amp hours at 3.7 volts. Whatever that works out to, 12 volts, that's fine. And I'm using a USB-C PD cable. So some people have tested this battery pack, and they said, well, gee, depending on what port you plug into, you get different voltage output, and that is absolutely true. And some people say you get noisy voltage output. I don't. I've put mine on a scope, but I've seen other Charmasts out there. Colin in Scotland did a video about that. And anyway, with any of these USB-C PD battery packs, the lesson that I've learned from it is you want to test it before you trust it. So I've been a fan of that forever. I love these remove before POTA dust cover caps that Adam was selling, K6ARK at Hamvention. They are the shit. They're awesome. So got set up here, making my cables nice and neat. Weather's not getting colder, so I'm not worried about rain, despite the dark clouds. I have my my SodaCat interface. I'm not going to use that today because I have cell service for spotting. Let me get out a key. What key am I going to use today? I don't know. Oh, I guess I'm going to use the modern Morse because that's what's stuck to my jeweler's block. These jeweler's blocks are awesome. They're, I don't know, 20 bucks, a little bit less than that in Canadian dollars on Amazon. And they hold the key absolutely stable. So they're very cool that way. And I carry, what have I got? What else have I got with me in there? Oh, I've got two other keys. Got my Palm Pico key, little tiny beggar. It's like no bigger than my finger. But that one's huge compared to the spare key, I think. ARA calls it, N6ARA. And so this little key is, you know, a couple of contacts, and it's real simple. And you know, you look at that and you go, well, there's no spring return, there's no magnets, no nothing. Yeah, you know what? It still works as a key. It's a good backup key. So it is permanently in my kit. And he has designed it in such a way that you can tuck the two pieces in together. So put that in there, plug my key in, and with this wind, I'm gonna need an external speaker. And let's see what's going on. Put the key away, where's my speaker? Today I've got my JBL Clip 1, the original, because it has a cable for aux in. And it also does Bluetooth. Like, it's a really nice little speaker. JBL Clips are very nice speakers. So that's all plugged in. I'm gonna need to set up my logging computer. Yes, I'm gonna use a computer out in the back of Beyond because that's how I log. I mean, I did bring a logbook if I wanted to old school it, but that just means I have to type it later. So I don't want to do that. I'm at 14.3 and the tuner's off, so let's see. Oh, SWR is flat. That's what I would expect out of a pre-made 20-meter end-fed half wave, so that's good. So I'm going to go way the heck down to 14.05 and hit the enter key. And I can hear people. I'm set to 5 watts. KC OKA. KA3. He's straight keying it. He sounds like a new op, but he's not loud enough for me to work him, unfortunately. I'm hearing him with the preamp. Anyway, hey, this is me getting set up, so I'm not going to bore you with the details of my activation. I hope you give me feedback on how I could have done this better with what I brought with me on the Run What You Brung Day. That's what I'm calling this. So, hey, thanks for watching. Blah, 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 like and subscribe, all that stuff. 73.